now we're only 3 days away from the community reveal event for Black Ops 4, and I'm going to be discussing about this one specific thing that has been lingering in my mind in regards to its multiplayer. What is going on, you guys? This is GamingWithSal, and welcome back to the channel. So before I get into the topic of this video today, I just want to go ahead and say I'm sorry if I haven't been uploading as frequently as I used to, because I've had a lot of crazy things that I have to take care of within my personal life, but you know what? That doesn't matter. I'm back, and let's get into the topic of this video. So whenever it comes to the multiplayer of Black Ops 4, there was a wish list that I made a couple of weeks ago or a month ago, and I made a video about it and talking about what are some of the things that I want to see in Black Ops 4's multiplayer. So if you guys haven't checked out that video, I highly recommend you do. Please go show some support on that video. I really do appreciate it. But I kind of want to do a follow-up on that video in the sense that I want to focus on only one specific thing, and that is the kill streaks or score streaks. Now, right off the bat, some of you guys might disagree with me because you feel like that there are probably more important things that we need to focus on whenever it comes to Black Ops 4, but once again, this is just my opinion. But whenever it comes to the score streaks or kill streaks, if we take a look at it throughout the entire Call of Duty franchise, those are the things that basically separate Call of Duty and its identity from other first-person shooters. I mean, granted, there might be other first-person shooters out there that do a system, that's similar to score streaks or kill streaks, but in my opinion, I feel like that Call of Duty did it the best way possible, and that's what they should have stick to a lot more in these recent years, because that's what, like I said, made them so much more different than their other first-person shooter competitors. Now, why am I mentioning all this? Well, if we take a look at other games such as Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 1, I know I keep bringing those games up a lot, but those are one of the most popular Call of Duty games and one of the most successful ones as well, so I like to keep going back to them as a reference. But anyways, Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 1, what was it about those games that kept people wanting to play? What was it about those games that kept people engaged game after game after game? I mean, if we take a look at a current Call of Duty such as World War II, we have events, we have DLC weapons, we have orders, we have contracts, we have all of these different challenges that people can go after and accomplish and, sort of get rewarded for them most of the time. But the point is, if we have so much to do here in World War II, how is it that Call of Duty is still, quote, dying? And if it is, then why is it that people aren't as engaged whenever it comes to World War II? Back in Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 1, there was no such thing as, supply drops or DLC weapons or anything crazy like that. I mean, I think there was a few contracts in Black Ops 1, but it was handled in a completely different way compared to here in World War II. So why is it that old games such as Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 1 are more successful in terms of keeping their players onto the game for a longer period of time than recent Call of Duties such as World War II and, dare I say, even Infinite Warfare? In my opinion, I feel like it's because the kill streaks and score streaks are super weak, and along with that, I could say it's probably because we don't get rewarded as well, or that the reward system here in World War II and recent Call of Duties are not handled as well as fans would think they would be, but that's a whole different topic. My point is, whenever it comes to reward systems, if you think about it, score streaks and kill streaks are reward systems. They're technically short-term reward systems, because if in the game when we actually play it, we are going after these streaks. Even if today we can't really picture that as well as we could from like past games, well, we are still trying to go for these score streaks. When you're in a match, no matter if you're playing domination, hardpoint, team deathmatch, free-for-all, you're actually trying to go for your streaks. But like I said, you don't really notice that as much anymore nowadays, and you know why? It's because most of our focus is going towards supply drops. It's going towards getting those DLC weapons. It's going towards trying to figure out how to complete these challenges so we can get our armory credits, so that we can go to the collections and unlocking the weapon that we've been wanting to get for quite a while now. So then what happens is that the adrenaline rush that used to be there of trying to earn these streaks isn't there anymore, because of the fact that we're chasing other things that aren't as valuable or rewarding. Because let's face it, supply drops, sometimes they can be by your side, or sometimes they can really stab you in the back, in the sense that you can go ahead and put all your time into earning these supply drops, but then you get absolutely nothing that helps you out. And let me go ahead and elaborate more on the streaks. One, if we even do go ahead and eliminate all of the stuff that I just talked about, supply drops, armory credits, all that stuff, so now the only focus whenever it comes to the gameplay aspect itself is to go after these streaks. The streaks gotta be worth getting. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like that whenever I earn streaks in this game, I don't feel as rewarded for it whenever I call these streaks in, because I mean, for those of you guys who have stick with the Call of Duty franchise for so long, you guys are the one who know exactly what I'm talking about. Because if we take a look at a streak such as the Harrier strike within Modern Warfare 2, if we call that streak in, it can get us at least a good 2, 3, 4 kills, alone, and then help us get the next streak if we did choose a streak to come after that one. And suppose let's take a look at something like the Chopper Gunner. That thing will go to town if you called it in on the map, especially something like the AC-130 on a map like Wasteland. For those of you guys who recently joined Call of Duty Duty and have no idea what I'm talking about, one, I actually feel so bad for you guys because you missed out on all that cool stuff. But number two, try to do some little research on it. If you guys haven't really heard of these streaks, Google them, YouTube them. You'll see exactly how effective these streaks were, and the cost to get these streaks were pretty reasonable in my opinion. You know, AC-130, Chopper Gunner, these guys used to go to town whenever we called them in, whenever we played any sort of game mode, domination, team deathmatch, whatever. They used to be so powerful and only costed 11 kills in a row to get. And here in World War II, if we were to bring the same sort of streaks back, they would end up costing something ridiculous like 1800, 1900 points. And not to mention, whenever we take a look at something like the Chopper Gunner, well, I feel like the ball turret gunner within World War II, that's the closest we can get whenever it comes to comparisons. The best comparison is the Chopper Gunner from Black Ops 1. That thing is exactly like the ball turret gunner, and it only costed 9 kills in a row, by the way. But whenever it comes to World War II, that's where the streak stopped. Modern Warfare 2, it didn't stop there. It went from, you know, Chopper Gunners and AC-130s to something like the EMP, take out all electronics like at 15 kills in a row, and not to mention the game-ending streak, the tactical nuke. These were the things that kept players wanting to play game after game, because back in the day, it's like, if you got the tactical nuke, you're the one who is basically the dominant player, and everybody wanted to be the dominant player and kind of outplay each other, and these streaks were a big part of that. But now in Call of Duty, it's not the case anymore. Now, if Black Ops 4 decides to keep the supply drop system, which they will because it makes them a lot of money, they still need to make the streaks somewhat affordable if they're gonna be score streaks, and be able to create them in a way where they seem like they're worth going after. Black Ops 3 had the supply drop system, one of the worst supply drop systems ever, but you know why people enjoyed playing that game? Because there were streaks like the Cerberus, the Talon, the Wraith, the Raps, the GI unit, the Mothership. You know, all of these different streaks were so worth going after, and they didn't really cost as ridiculously as much as they did here in World War II. And even if they did, well, guess what? They seemed like they were still much more worth going after than streaks such as here in World War II or Infinite Warfare. But overall, you guys, I feel like that Black Ops 4 is going to, you know, focus more on multiplayer and zombies, and if the rumors that campaign isn't going to be present is true, then they really need to focus more time into improving the score streaks and giving us more of a variety of options whenever it comes to them, so that we are able to have that little short-term reward system within the game whenever we're playing the game, and be able to want to keep hopping back match after match after match to go after these streaks, and not just for supply drops and DLC content that are locked behind like a slot machine system. But overall, you guys, that's all I have for you guys within this video. And what do you think? Do you agree with me in the sense that score streaks are a staple of Call of Duty, and if we improve them, that we can get people to want to be more engaged in these matches and want to play over and over again? Or do you think there are other factors out there that are much more important than, you know, score streaks and improving them? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. But anyways, like always, if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon so you'll never miss an upload, and follow me on my social media accounts to stay connected. I will talk to you guys in the next video. Take care of yourselves, and bye.